This is problem number 24 of the 2012 AP Calculus exam. Let g be the function given by g of x is equal to x squared times e to the kx, where k is a constant. For what value of k does g have a critical point at x equals 2/3? Well, we'll find our critical points when we take the first derivative and set it equal to 0. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got g of x as being equal to x squared times e to the k times x. So if we take the derivative of g of x, we will use the product rule. Derivative of the first times the second plus the derivative of the second times the first. So the derivative of the first term, the derivative of x squared is 2x times the second e to the kx plus the derivative of the second, and if I have something that involves an e, I get exactly what I start with, times the derivative of the exponent, which is just k, it's a constant, times the first term, x squared. Next, we're going to set that equal to 0. So I'll have 0 is equal to 2x, e to the kx, plus e to the kx, times kx squared. Now I notice I have some terms in common, so I'm going to factor those out. I'll have 0 is equal to, and I notice I have in each term an x, and I have an e to the kx. So let's factor that out. X and e to the kx, and what's left on this left side is 2. What's left on the right side is kx. So that means I have 3 terms that are being multiplied, and I'm getting 0 as a result. So the following must be true. Either x equals 0, e to the k times x equals 0, or 2 plus kx equals 0. One of those 3. All right? And possibly more than one, but we're looking at those are the possible solutions I can have. But we're told in the beginning of the problem that x equals 2/3. So x is not 0. That's not one of our answers. And if we put 2/3 in for x, we'll see if the following is true. E to the k times 2/3, is that equal to 0? Well, that gives me e to the 2k divided by 3 equals 0. And e to any constant is going to give me a value that's positive. This is a positive e, it's not a negative. So if I raise e to any exponent, I'm going to get a value that's not equal to 0. If k is negative, I'll get some fraction where the e's in the denominator, and if k is positive, I'll get something like what I have here. And so there is nothing that's going to give me 0 for an answer for k. All right? So the last thing we've got to check is this last one, and that is I have 2 plus kx equals 0. That means k times x is equal to -2, and if I'm solving for k, k is equal to -2 divided by x. And we were told earlier that x is 2/3, and so k would be -2 divided by 2/3. And if we divide by a fraction, we can multiply by its reciprocal. So we get -2 times 3/2, and the 2's cancel, leaving just -3. So our value for k is -3. And let's see our answer choice. Letter A. The answer is A.